For GTW Underground.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Dayton, Ohio, weighing in at 175 pounds, Brandon Collins!
Brandon Collins, a former WWE superstar, making his GTW debut right here tonight. You can see he's trying to represent his old promotion here on the Titantron. However, this ain't the WWE tonight. He'll be stepping into a GTW ring against Grayson Hall. Let's see how he performs here tonight.
And his opponent from Hickory, North Carolina, weighing in at 230 pounds, the senior, Ray Andrew Hawley!
And here comes Grayson Holiday making his way to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Grand Tour Wrestling Underground here on YouTube. If you're watching this on that platform, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And for those of you seeing the recording of this on Twitch, don't forget to follow Infinite Fantasy If at twitch.tv. And we're off on GTW Underground. Here we got Grayson Holiday versus Brandon Collins here tonight. And here goes Brandon rolling Holiday into a pin. However, Grayson Holiday reverses on Brandon, and Brandon counters the counter here. The ref doesn't even know where to start the count. With Holiday going for a spiral spin. However, Brandon Collins manages to dodge out of the way, and he comes out of nowhere, springing off the ropes with a cross body splash. And here comes Brandon Collins, dropping an elbow onto Grayson Holiday. And now he flies him into a submission hold. However, Grayson Holiday, using his ring awareness, immediately manages to get the rope break. And here's an amazing neck breaker by Brandon Collins here. And he picks up all the dead weight right into a spine buster. 1, 2. This could have been a very quick match with how hard that impact was. Here's Grayson Holiday now applying the submission hold on Brandon Collins, but likewise, he too was using his ring awareness to go for that rope break there. Grayson Holiday showing no mercy with that combo. Went for a high-risk maneuver, however, did not pay off. Nobody home. Brandon Collins now takes advantage, spinning into a major right hook. Coming off the top rope, executing an amazing frog splash. Grayson Holiday getting the shoulder up on 2. These men making an impressive debut here on GTW Underground. Brandon Collins coming off the ropes, once again going for that cutter. Grayson Holiday taking a lot of punishment now. And here comes the pin. 1, 2, but Grayson Holiday kicks out. Holiday now kicking him off. Coming in with a, looked like a tilt-a-whirl cutter there. An amazing athletic display by Grayson Holiday. And here comes Grayson Holiday coming off the ropes. And a neck breaker. And here comes Grayson Holiday going for that submission hold. Rolling him away from the ropes. But still somehow Brandon Collins manages to get the rope break, getting his foot on that bottom rope. Both men showing incredible ring awareness in this singles matchup. Grayson Holiday out of nowhere comes in with a DDT, and here comes the pin. 1, and there's Brandon Collins kicking out. Now Grayson Holiday lining him up like a hunter going for the prey. He gets to the top rope. An amazing off the top rope makeshift stunner by Grayson Holiday, and he gets back into the very same corner. More high-flying attentions as he connects with that frog splash. Here he comes once more. This high flyer may have it right here. 1, 2, but somehow, some way, Brandon Collins manages to get the shoulder up on 2. Grayson Holiday not letting up though with another high-flying move. It seems it's going to take a lot more of those flashy top rope moves to put Brandon Collins away, as Grayson Holiday now lines up. Looks like he's going to go for the finisher move, but Brandon Collins reverses with an arm drag. There he gets, putting him in the arm bar, brings him down to the ground, and smashes the elbow in with the bottom of his boot. Brandon Collins going for the cover. 1, 2, but Grayson Holiday kicks out. There he comes. Heads to the top rope. Frog splash. And look out, he's ready. He's signaling to the audience that it's time to end this match. He goes for the cutter, but nobody home. Grayson Holiday dodges the attack. And there's Grayson Holiday with a spear right between the ropes. He has him in a fireman's carry position and a cutter by Grayson Holiday. Here comes the pin. Will this be enough? 1, 2, no! Brandon Collins gets the shoulder up. Here's Grayson Holiday taking out Brandon Collins with those stomps, working on that leg there. If he can't stand, he can't fight, and Grayson Holiday knows it. And here comes another springing, flying moonsault. 1, 2, and again, Brandon Collins kicks out. You can see the frustration on Grayson Holiday's face right now. Here comes Grayson Holiday, putting Brandon Collins in a fireman's carry. Brandon Collins fighting back, throwing those elbows to the face. Here comes an Irish whip into the corner. And a big elbow by Brandon Collins as he rolls him into a pin. 1, 2, but Grayson Holiday kicks out on 2. Brandon Collins going for a twist, taking down Grayson Holiday. Springing off the top rope, and both feet driving into the chest of Holiday there. Brandon Collins now smashing Grayson Holiday's face into the top turnbuckle. He brings him to the top rope. Brandon Collins with bad intentions here. Superplex. No, he rolls right into a second suplex there. 1, 2, 3, and Brandon Collins wins the match.
Here is your winner, Brandon Collins.
An impressive victory by Brandon Collins here tonight. You see Grayson Holiday completely out of breath as he clings to that top rope outside of the ring. We're not done yet. We still got coming up Ethan Evans versus Huron Santiago next on Underground.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Grenoble, France, weighing in at 230 pounds, Ethan Evans.
Ethan Evans has been out of GTW in-ring action for what is to be about a year now. He now makes his return to the GTW ring after suffering a major injury last year. Here we have a former United States champion and a former Intercontinental champion making his way to the ring right now as he's about to face new GTW up-and-comer Huron Santiago right here tonight on GTW Underground. And just a reminder, for those of you watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more GTW content.
And his opponent from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 233 pounds, Hugh Rod.
And here comes Huron Santiago making his way to the ring, making his GTW debut here tonight. And what an entrance he had for his very first GTW match here on Underground. And we're off on tonight's main event for Underground. We got Ethan Evans now starting off strong against this newcomer, Huron Santiago, in a lot of trouble against this GTW veteran. It was last year where it was Hercules himself who put Ethan Evans on the injured list. In the middle of a fatal four-way match, he suffered a torn leg ligament and a dislocated shoulder and has been out of action for an entire year. Ethan Evans now making his return to the GTW ring. We got Huron Santiago making his debut here in GTW. And this is going to be an amazing match as we have one returning wrestler versus one debuting. See that maybe Ethan Evans' injuries might still be prevalent as he seems to be a little winded this match. Huron Santiago getting that armbar and working the shoulder. You can see he's done his homework, knows where that injury was when he was taken out for 1 year. Ethan Evans seems to be struggling, but no, he reverses and gets Santiago into a headlock. Santiago now going for the sweep. Goes for a right cross but misses. And here comes Ethan Evans with an amazing display. He goes for the cover. One. But no, Santiago gets the shoulder up. Santiago rolling out of the ring, trying to get a breather, but here comes Ethan Evans coming off the top rope. Ethan Evans, known for his flashy, high-flying style, which is what caused him the injuries to begin with 1 year ago. The man just doesn't know how to slow down. However, his agility seems to have paid off right there as he was able to reverse into that DDT. Santiago using the dragon twist on Ethan Evans. The referee now counting the 4. Both men in danger of a countout. Ethan Evans getting his way back into the ring. Santiago has 3 seconds to wake up and get in that ring before he gets counted out. And Santiago gets in the ring right in the nick of time with only a second left. And that's 2 saves by Santiago right there, breaking the count by a single second and then kicking out on 2. Here comes Ethan Evans, dragging Santiago to the corner, smashing his head right into the top turnbuckle. Santiago giving him a receipt. The Irish whips Ethan Evans into the corner. And a forearm smash right into the back. Here comes Ethan Evans. An amazing display there. There he comes with a couple of hooks. Comes off the ropes. Nobody home. Here comes Santiago, smashing Ethan Evans right into the turnbuckle. He brings him to the top rope. And there's a chop. Santiago going for that submission hold. Ethan Evans squirming his way out. He does an Irish whip into the corner. He brings Santiago to the top turnbuckle. And what's Ethan Evans doing here? He's always been known for his crazy stunts. Ethan, you gotta remember your injuries. Don't do it! And the whole arena just shook on the impact there. Evans feeling more alive than ever. He comes in. Here comes the cover. 1, 2. But somehow Santiago kicks out. The 2 men once again fighting outside the ring. You can see both of them going all out. Ethan Evans wanting to make a statement as he makes his return to GTW. Santiago wanting to make an impressive debut. Both men fighting the hardest, and here goes Ethan Evans with a Superman punch coming off the top rope. And there's Evans going for those relentless attacks. Those elbow drops into the inner thigh again and again, and now slowly dissecting Santiago by going after that knee. Here comes Evans. Going for that top rope. Another high-risk maneuver by Ethan Evans here. And there's a jackhammer. Sorry, not a jackhammer. It was a double axe handle by Ethan Evans here. And here comes Santiago. Now Working on that leg of Ethan Evans, remembering those injuries. He's now lining him up, the crowd going absolutely crazy in this sold-out arena. Here comes an Irish whip into the ropes. And a big clothesline by Santiago. And there you go. Now, going for that German suplex, lifting all the dead weight of Ethan Evans across the ring. He's making his way to the corner, climbing the top rope before a high-risk maneuver himself. Santiago goes to fly with a leg drop. 1, 2, 3, and Santiago wins in his debut match here at GTW Underground.
Here is your winner, Hugh.
What an amazing win by Santiago here on GTW Underground. And remember, for those watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And next Sunday, we'll be having our Halloween special, GTW Fright Night. This is Infinite Fantasy signing out. May your fantasies be infinite.